Shadow and Bones season 2 is coming out very soon, and I am excited for it. I hope you are too. Today, we will be going over the book covers and tier ranking them. The book covers for the first book, Shadow and Bone. I scoured the internet for every single book cover I could find from every single edition of Shadow and Bone, and I have them in this tier list. I have the tier list linked in the description so you can follow along and do your own tier list, see if I'm ranking them differently than you, but let's get started. The first one is the cover of Shadow and Bone that I read whenever I first read Shadow and Bone, so it's a little bit nostalgic, but I don't think it's super amazing. I just realized I didn't explain what these tier rankings are. So the first one is I want this on my shelf. That's pretty self-explanatory. This is a gorgeous cover, something that I want on my shelves. Like, give it to me now. The next one is quite beautiful, something I really like, but maybe I don't need like this urge to run out and get it immediately. The next is intriguing, but something's missing. I like the cover, but there's something that could be better, obviously. Just okay is like, the cover does the job. And then, of course, why? Because some covers are just why. So I'm going to go ahead and put this first one in quite beautiful because I like it. I'm kind of nostalgic for it. There's a lot going on in this cover that I think really represents the story, but it's not something that I'm just like super wanting on my shelves. So it's going in quite beautiful. This next one, I feel a little conflicted about. So I like the idea that they are going for here. I like the blues and golds and this like drawing you in. There's depth to the cover, but at the same time, it's also somewhat basic. It's just a girl in a cloak running away, and that's it. Also, I'm like kind of mixed how I feel about people on the cover. So I'm going to put it in intriguing but something missing because, there's a little bit of something here that I like, but I think it could be better. This next one, I actually kind of like this one. This has more of like a watercolor look to it, and I really like that. We also have this stag in the background. We have the forest. There's like a little bit of something here. I actually think it reminds me more of thriller covers than fantasy covers. I don't really see this on fantasy that often, but I quite like this cover. I'm going to put it in quite beautiful. This next one, honestly, there's a handful of covers that have this design on it that made me wonder if there's some sort of jewelry in the series that looks like this that I'm misremembering, because I know jewelry plays a part in the series, but I thought it looked very different from this from what was described. Maybe the cover artist just went jewelry and this is what they came up with. I don't know. I like the colors here. I like the textured look and this like magical feel, but it's just so wrong for what the series is. So it's gonna go in intriguing, but something missing. I think it could be better. The next one is a purple edition of the first one, and I'm gonna be honest, I like purple better than gray, so it's gonna go above the other one because purple's a better color, in my opinion, obviously. This next one, I think, is very similar to the original cover. It represents the series well. We have a lot of elements in this cover that are really show what the series is about. And it's this like pencil drawing, which I find that I really like pencil drawing covers. This is really beautiful. I am going to put this in. I want this on my shelf. This next one is also similar to the original cover. However, it's just plainer. It lacks the texture and everything that the original covers had. So it's like almost there because it's similar, but it's not there. So it's going in intriguing, but something's missing because there's something here that could be better. Obviously, we see it up here in this cover. This next one, oh my gosh, really? This is a book cover. This looks like someone opened Photoshop and had a picture of a wintry scene and a picture of a person in a cloak and just put them together and didn't really do anything to blend them. It Why? Why is this a book cover? This next one, if you look closely, this has the same design as this one here, but this one looks more like a snow globe instead of jewelry. I get this like very fantasy fairy tale feeling from this one. It has very much these like brown and gold colors. I'm kind of intrigued by it, but I also like, am not super attracted to this cover. I think it could be better, so it's going to go in intriguing, but something's missing, and I'm gonna rearrange those. This next one I find very interesting. This is such a unique Shadow and Bone cover. There's so much going on here, and I actually like very many of the elements in this story. It doesn't say Shadow and Bone to me. It looks maybe a little more gothic or horror possibly. I don't know. If you like really look at this cover, it's so interesting. We literally have this girl just like holding on with her fist to the blade of this sword. It looks like she has tattoos along her arms. We obviously have like the antlers of the stag behind her. There's so much going on here. It's such an intriguing cover, but I'm not sure that I would pick it up, and I'm not sure if it's representative of Shadow and Bone. So I'm gonna put it in intriguing, but something's missing, just because it's a unique cover. I like that about it. This next one is just kind of this gold shimmery with this person's face on the cover. I'm not real big on just like people's faces on the cover, and this one's just okay. So I'm gonna put it in Y because like it doesn't really tell you anything about the story. It's going in Y, but it is better than the previous one that's in Y. This next one, it just basically has these buildings and it has large bold words and a very plain red background, which I mean, it does the job, I guess, but it doesn't really speak to me at all. There's like no real character or texture to this cover, so it's going in just okay. The next one, I kind of see what they were going for. We have these silhouettes, this like red looking cover. Maybe it's just I'm not that into the red on this. I don't know, like, it's fine. I kinda see what they were going for, but I'm not super attracted to it. I'm also gonna put it in intriguing, but something missing. This next one, I kinda see they were going for this, like, shadowy effect thing, I guess, but I don't think there's anything here that really stands out to me. I'm gonna put it in just okay. This next one, I think, is the person on the cover. I think I just don't care for people on the cover, at least not like people's prominent faces. This definitely gives you like dark, mysterious vibes. It's very much this black, gray, and white color theme. And I'm feeling about it. I'm feeling like the elements don't seem to blend very well. They just seem to be there. So I'm gonna put it in Y. I'm gonna put it in Y. This next one, honestly, if I did not know this was for a novel, I would think this was for like a manga or graphic novel, but maybe that's like because of the covers I'm used to because of where I live. But it's fine. There's not a whole lot going on in this cover that tells you much about the story. It looks maybe somewhat magical, very colorful. I'm going to put it in intriguing, but something missing. We're going to put it there. This next one's very interesting because it is it looks like a horror cover or a thriller or something a whole lot different from Shadow and Bones to me. We literally have this very plain cover, this silhouette of this building in the background, and these antlers with blood splatters on them, which it just feels so different from Shadow and Bone to me, but it's not a bad cover. So I don't know what to do with it. I'm gonna put it in intriguing, but something missing just because like I don't think it's representative of this story, but like it's not like it's a decent cover, you know? This next one, this just looks like headphones. I know it's supposed to be the antlers. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like an artistic design of the antlers. There is some things going on this cover, so like I kind of give it that, but at the same time, like I just see headphones when I look at those covers, so it's just okay. It does the job. I'm gonna put it above this one, but yeah. Again, with the faces on the cover, also, I feel like I don't know how well I mean, the cover's blended somewhat well, but I'm not sure if this, like, prominent face on the cover and then just the stag does a whole lot for me. It feels really meh. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of just okay. The next one here, I can see that they were going for the Sun Summoner idea, and I kind of get that, but it's just like a gold image on the front with this kind of mysterious, misty background and a whole lot of great golds and browns. I'm gonna put it in the yeah, it goes in the bottom of intriguing with something missing. Like I kind of see what they were going for, but I'm not really attracted to this cover. The next one I actually find really interesting because this to me looks like the movie poster or the poster for the very first season of the show. This very much reminds me of that. To the outfit and everything. So, I really like that. This looks like a pencil drawing, and I am attracted to pencil drawings. I actually think this is a very good cover. Um, Maybe not to the point that I want it on my shelves, but I think it is quite beautiful. This next one has to be my favorite Shadow and Bone cover. This is also the one that I have here behind me, but I don't want to place that just yet. This is a very gorgeous cover, and I think it's even more pretty in person, although it has this sticker on it, and it would be nice if this permanent sticker was removable so I didn't have to see that it's on Netflix all the time. But whenever you see this in person, it very much looks like this like foil inlaid in this marble, and I really, really like that. I think these are very cool covers, and I'm going to put this at the very top of my tier ranking list. This next one is kind of similar to the original covers, but also just very plain and basic and very monotone one color. And I don't care for it that much. It's gonna go down here in just okay. This next one, I see what they were going for with the like silhouettes, and you can see the antlers behind her neck, which I kind of see where they're going for with that. But I'm not really caring for the colors or the whole way this is put together, so it's also going in just okay. This next one's actually very similar to this one that I have at the top here, just a whole lot less colorful. I don't know if it's like more pretty in person. This one might be one that's like better if you see it in person, but I just, there's a better cover out there. So it's going in intriguing, but something's missing just because there's a better cover out there. I also really, really like this one. This, I believe, is a special edition, and it looks like this. I've not seen it in person, but it looks like this is like a foil cover. I think it is very gorgeous. I want this on my shelves. This next one is also like this pencil color. Um, it's a plain background, which I'm not sure that I care for that, but I really like the pencil design of the cover. And this definitely has a lot of the elements of the story and a lot of the elements that even the other covers have partially or all combined. And I really like it. I'm intrigued by this cover. I'm going to put it up here and quite beautiful. This next one, this is the movie poster that I was talking about with this one right here that's beside it. I think that it is good for a movie poster. However, I don't think movie posters should be on book covers. And I don't know why they do it. Actually, I do know why they do it because they want that instant recognition when you're in the store and you see that poster and or you see the cover with the movie poster on it and you're like, that's the book that show was on. I want to read that. But I don't approve of putting movie covers on books. So I'm going to put it down here and why? Just why? This next one, you can definitely go tell they were going for the Sun Summoner theme again. You can see the foil. It looks like foil to me. I don't know. I just think it's a very cool design. Obviously, it doesn't say Shadow and Bone, so I'm pretty sure it's a special edition. But I think it's a very pretty design for the cover, and I am going to put it up here. And I want this on my shelves. And the last one, also very similar to this one here. It is just the stag, but it has more of these rays. It seems more plain, not as much textured. I'm feeling pretty matte on it. Obviously, it's similar to one that I like, but also it could be better. I'm going to put it down here. So there you have it. That is my tier ranking for all the book covers that I could find for the first book, Shadow and Bone. I will be doing more videos in the next couple weeks on the Grishaverse as a whole, the movies, the show, reading the books again, all of that. If you're interested, definitely subscribe to see more of those videos. And I hope you have a good day. Happy reading.